Hi and hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Preeti Rao and I am both a real estate and a mortgage broker for close to 20 years. By now, you would have heard the announcement that was made by Justin Trudeau on the plan to end GST on new rental buildings. Well, a lot of my investors who bought pre-construction properties got all excited till I took a little pin and burst that bubble. Average investors like you and me are not part of this plan. It's just for builders who agree to build rental condos specifically for rental purposes only and not to be sold to individual people for a profit. These were his words. Canadians need more buildings that are intended for renters, not just condos that can be turned into an Airbnb by investors. His words, not mine. But the real question is, will this actually work? So before I go and give you my 2 cents, please be a doll and hit those buttons down there. Make sure to like, share, subscribe and tap the bell icon. It gets me motivated to keep you up to date with everything real estate. Now, you are already aware that the housing cost has literally doubled. The state of Hamilton has declared a state of emergency over homelessness, and people are calling on the government to acknowledge that greedflation is one of the significant contributors. Let's take Canada's Silicon Valley, the Waterloo region, as the prime example. In 2016, a student could rent a 500 square foot apartment for around $900, and that included utilities. Today, that same apartment is going for $2,000 plus utilities. That's almost 122% over the course of 7 years. In 2015, the average Canadian paid $1,172 in rent, and today, 8 years later, that number has jumped to almost $2,300. So, if you invested in the rental real estate market in 2015, you ended up walking into an investment return that outpaced the best returns from the largest hedge funds in the world. Now, obviously, it's not just rents that have skyrocketed, it's the sale prices as well. But that topic is for another day. Today, we talk about the rent situation and the fact that we are literally heading towards a major housing shortage. And you see, Canada hasn't built enough homes for about almost 2 decades now. In the 1990s, Canada essentially stopped all public building programs. And by the year 2000, most of the private real estate developers were opting to build more profitable 500 square foot apartment buildings over townhouses, semi-detached or detached homes. Mainly because not only does it cost to build these homes, but it also costs a lot of money to get approvals to build anything. So the question is, will this little carrot dangled in front of the builders be enticing enough for them to move away from profit-making construction projects? According to the federal government, this move will be a game changer. But according to tenant advocates, it won't make much of a difference in the market, where renters are often forced into expensive shoebox-like condos. According to the Trudeau government, the idea is to incentivize developers to build more rental units large enough for families to live in, calling it the purpose-built rentals rather than condo apartments. And this change will apply to apartment buildings, student housing, and senior residence buildings for long-term accommodation. Great. But see, the business model for purpose-built rentals doesn't really work, especially with high interest rates, high cost of labor, and no labor available actually. See, developers have to actually pay HST upfront, and it takes years for them to start making any money on these rentals. So how will this end GST really help in the grand scheme of profits and costs associated with constructing and maintaining a rental building? And this is why I kind of agree with Jody Dent, the ED of Federation of Metro Tenants Association, who said that the government should favor stronger and more focused build tax incentives. The government should basically tell the builder, when you build a purpose-built rental, then you will get a break on your property tax for a certain number of years. Things like that may nudge developers towards what is really needed: stable and affordable rentals big enough for families and not shoebox condos. So stay tuned, and if you have questions or want any kind of clarifications, please don't hesitate to call me. If you still don't know who I am, just go check my rating on Google and read my client reviews. Till then, take care. And if you found value and liked this video and would like to see more content, click on the boxes on the screen. Once again, my name is Preeti Rao. My contact information is in the description box below. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, and that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to call me because I hold the key that opens the door to your dream home.